Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's event. I'm Megan. I'm on the AI product marketing team here at Zendesk, and I'm going to be our host for today. As always, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy days to really learn more about Zendesk AI, and today, more specifically, our intelligent triage and how it can transform your service operations, not just triage. We've got a great group of people here today to help us do that. Each of these individuals works closely with our AI product and know our intelligent triage feature very well. They're going to walk us through the functionality, answer questions, either ones that you've submitted before the event when you registered, and as well during the Q&A. So a friendly reminder, if you're new to these events, to ask your questions during the event in the Q&A, not the chat. The chat is the fun part where we can say hello to each other, maybe react to the cool stuff that we're talking about. But if you have any specific questions about the product, please ask them in the Q&A. That's where our experts are going to be to answer your questions. As you can see, there's only a few of us today. We've had some sickness, so please be patient. Be patient. We're going to do our best to get to all of your questions today. Housekeeping, this event is being recorded, so we will send you the recording after the event along with the deck, any resources to what we talked about, as well as answers to all the questions. Great. All right, next slide. So let's get going. We're going to start with just a quick overview of Zendesk AI and how it helps unlock 3 powerful business use cases for you. First and foremost, transforming customer experiences through automation with AI-powered self-service and AI agents. Next is assisting your agents with AI-powered tools and insights. And third, optimizing your service workflows with AI-powered triage and reporting. And this is where we're going to focus today, more specifically on intelligent triage. That's why we're here. So intelligent triage automatically labels your incoming tickets with the customer's intent. So why are they reaching out? The sentiment, language, and soon entity, which is currently in EAP, and we're bringing it GA very soon. Yes, triage is in the name, so you're not wrong to think about it helping automate your triage, but it can do so much more, and that is why we're here today. So intelligent triage can really transform your workflows in so many ways. And so when you enable it, it's automatically labeling your tickets with AI predictions, but it can help you, first and foremost, understand your operations. More specifically, understand why your users are reaching out and how they feel, so you can track trends in your tickets and really pinpoint and focus your efforts on where you might optimize. Next, once you have this insight, you can then automate those repetitive requests and look at those top intents and say, okay, what could we automate here to make it easier for your customers to self-serve? Next, you can eliminate manual triage and automate those top intents by routing tickets to the right agent automatically, saving your team's time and effort. And fourth, you can go even further and discover potential escalations early and customize SLAs, for example, around intent and sentiment. So that's the high level, and we're going to dive through each a bit more. All right, so once you've enabled intelligent triage, it's going to automatically start labeling your tickets with all those AI predictions. And you can identify the top intents of incoming requests. This insight helps you make optimization decisions like automation, which we're going to dive into in the next couple slides. But again, this is around understanding, right? Understanding what your operations, what's happening in your operations. And you can do that with our intelligent triage dashboard. One of our enterprise customers actually found that the intelligent triage reporting revealed to them a 20% potential for improving their routing strategy. That's massive. What they found is that they were essentially routing incorrectly. And this just shows how impactful these insights can be. You'll also get a clear view of sentiment distribution to adjust how to handle requests, ultimately improving your CSAT. You can also review ticket distribution across different languages to ensure proper resourcing across your teams. And last, you'll be able to monitor critical KPIs such as CSAT and first response time based on these AI insights. So understanding your operations, massive. And how can you do that? We're going to show you that right now with the out-of-the-box intelligent triage dashboard. So Brett, if you don't mind, I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Okay. All right, it looks like you can see my screen. That's great. So for those of you who might be new to Zendesk, we are in Explore. So you'll log in, you'll go to your product tray, and you go directly to Explore. And within Explore, you're going to find that out-of-the-box intelligent triage dashboard, which we're going to click on right now. All right, everyone, this is super exciting. So once you enable intelligent triage, I guess it's good to take a step back. So you have access to this, but once you enable your intelligent triage and have it automatically labeling your tickets with these AI predictions, depending on the size of your organization and how many tickets you get, so if you're a very large organization, you get lots of tickets, it really should only take a couple days for you to start seeing data in here. But if you're a smaller organization and have maybe not as many tickets, maybe give it like a week or two to start seeing some impactful data on this dashboard. But overall, you have access to this, and we encourage you to just start familiarizing yourself with it and getting comfortable with it. So when you go into the Intelligent Triage dashboard, it's going to bring you to the Overview tab. That's what it defaults to. And it defaults to the last 30 days. But certainly you have access to really filtering on what matters most to you and what you're looking to see. You can also filter by brand, ticket channel, ticket group, ticket form, lots of ways to slice and dice this data. What I love too is that you're getting all these incredible insights, right? So how many of your tickets have been enriched by these intelligent triage predictions? You'll also see the impact to your operations. Now, this will not show you any data unless you plug it into your workflows. So we will show you how to plug it into your workflows in the next couple examples. So get excited. But once you plug these predictions into your workflows, you can start seeing the impact that it's making on your operations. Again, this is the Overview tab, but you can do that by intent, language, and sentiment, and we'll go through that in a minute. Scrolling down, you'll get to see the top 5 intents, top 5 languages, and average ticket sentiment here. You can also see the tickets that have been enriched with intent, language, and sentiment, and those who have not been labeled with intent. And typically what that shows is maybe you're not using a channel that you could be leveraging. So giving you lots of insights of opportunities of where you can plug in these AI predictions and start gathering this insight. I'm going to show you one of the dashboards here where you drill down into one of the AI predictions. So looking at specifically intent here, again, we can filter by a lot of different ways. But what I want to highlight here is the ability to just see ticket volume distribution by intent category, intent trends. And what I love specifically here is seeing intent breakdown across key metrics. So I can see those top intents that are coming in, how many tickets that it's related to. I can see the impact to the workflows, lots of ways to slice and dice this. I'm going to call out this warranty one here. So if we're going to take an example, maybe I'm opening this for the first time and I realize, wow, we're getting a lot of tickets around what is our warranty policy. And I know that I have a Help Center article around this. So I know that I could probably deflect a lot of these tickets and plug it in, and we'll show that in the next couple examples. But for the purpose of this demo, just to get you excited about the out-of-the-box intelligent triage dashboard, which really helps you understand your operations. Awesome. I'm going to stop sharing and we can go back to the slides, Brett. All right, we're back and running. All right, let's talk about our next thing that you can do once you've enabled intelligent triage is to start looking at areas of automating repetitive requests. So by allowing customers to self-serve, you can provide faster service, which will help you reduce manual work for your team. So I love this example from Motel Rocks. They saw a 50% reduction in ticket volume by improving their self-service with automation, which allowed their agents to really prioritize impactful conversations. Next, one great tip is looking out for high confidence intents. And you can send auto replies to these types of requests. Super exciting. And I'm going to show you an example of how to do that. So which would let your agents really focus on the high value tasks, while lower priority tickets like system events or spam are automatically handled without agent interaction. And actually, so taking the warranty policy example, let's kind of put ourselves in that person's shoes. I know I have a Help Center article around that. I know I'm getting a lot of tickets around that. And how do I automatically automate kind of the responses to these? So let's show you how to plug intents into an auto reply. So I'm going to have you stop sharing, Brett. Go back to my screen. All right, it looks like you guys can see my screen. I am in the admin center, so hopefully this looks familiar to all of you. Go to the admin center. We're going to go to objects and rules, and we're going to go to triggers. Now, you may have a trigger that already exists that you can update with these AI predictions, right? Adding intent or sentiment or language as a condition to an existing trigger. So you can use that to update an existing trigger. But for the purpose of this demo, I know I don't have a warranty trigger, and I'm just going to create one here. All right. And we're an organized organization, so we're going to put it under the category of auto reply. So if I ever need to go back, I can just go to the auto reply category, and we're going to start adding conditions here. So we're going to say for any ticket that is new, and for we want to make sure that the role is an end user, and adding that intent. So ticket intent is, what is the warranty policy? So that automatically populates, which is great. And we want to make sure that the confidence level is high. So we're certain. Oops, wrong one. Awesome. So just an overview here. What we're saying is any new tickets from an end user that are regarding the warranty policy, and we're for sure that confident in this intent, we are going to do the following action, which is to send an auto reply. And for the purpose of the demo, I've already typed it out. Put it here. All right, so you can see that automatically we're going to send this response to the end user saying, hey, here's a link to a Help Center article, right, that talks about our warranty policy. A best practice I want to call out here is it's always good that in an auto reply, you just note that this was an automated response, and that if someone needs further assistance to respond to this email, I think it's just great to be transparent, and then you'll just create the trigger. And voila, there you go. So those are our first two things you can do with intelligent triage. I'm going to pass it over to my colleague Magda, who's going to walk you through the other two.
Oh, Magda, your mic is muted.
That's great. Great start. So now I want to talk about eliminate manual triage, which is the most, or one of the most common use cases that we see here. So if your teams are organized around expertise, you can automatically display through views and assign incoming requests to the right agent or to the right group of agents. No surprise that by assigning the tickets to the right agent or group of agents, this will speed up the response times and ensure that those requests are handled by the most qualified agents. Some examples was that we see Freedom Furniture reduce in 92% their manual triage hours and a 74% decrease in their first response time by doing this. And this allowed them to saving significant resources. With these AI insights, you can try to route tickets through the correct approval workflows, like Megan showed us. But now I want to go a bit deeper and show you other use cases that you can do with this. So let's try to pick on the use case that Megan showed us. I will start by sharing my screen. And we have a ticket with the warranty that Megan showed us. But in this ticket, the customer is talking about a specific product, okay? So what Megan already showed us is that the intent will allow us to understand what the customer is talking about, so why he is reaching out. However, we have another functionality that is the entity detection, where we are able to understand more details around the ticket. For example, what the end user is mentioning. In this case, our team that handles with the iPhone 15 Plus, they told us that they wanted to improve the policy that they have around this because they noticed that they were having some replies on these tickets and they want to better understand how many replies they have and how they can improve the policy that they currently have to make sure that they are addressing the most common questions answered for the customers. So what we did was, first, we created this product line that is an entity. Okay, we did that on the admin center. The entities are available under the intelligence triage area, and you can create as much entities that you want. So in this case, we give the name of product line, and basically you can provide all the values that you want for this entity. In this case, one of the values that we added was the iPhone 15 Plus, and this information is extracted from the ticket and added to the ticket custom field. With that custom field, we are able to use that as conditions in the triggers. So that's what we will do. So we will pick up on the trigger that Megan created, okay, which is here. And basically, we will just add a condition. So the trigger that Megan created is looking into the intent, that is what is the warranty policy, and there's a confidence high. And what we will do is add a condition where we will look for the product line that we talked about, and we will choose the iPhone 15. So every time that we find this product line in our ticket, what we want to do is to assign this ticket, even that is closed and even that it was already replied to the customer, we want to assign this to this team. They are the experts that work on this product. And the goal is just for them to be notified and to be aware of all the tickets that are replied and all the questions that the customers can do regarding this. So we have here this team, and with this information, the team will be aware of everything. This way, they can improve the policy that they have for this product, and they don't waste any time searching for it. So let's get back to the presentation. Now I want to talk about the last use case, that is streamline your operations. And this is very important because with this part, you can make sure that you identify and prevent escalations by tracking customer sentiment from incoming requests. You can use this information to make sure that you immediately route to the right agent the tickets. And you can even make some customizations like SLA rules to ensure that you are always prioritizing the right requests at the right time. For instance, catapults. saw a 50% decrease in the first reply time by leveraging intelligence triage to prioritize critical issues quickly. Next, some customers are automatically requesting missing information. So for instance, in the scenario where the customer doesn't say which is the product or the order that they are referring to, because that information is missing on the ticket, you can ask that back. In this case, using the entities. This will reduce unnecessary back and forth with customers. So you can ask by combining the intents and the entities, like I showed before. Now let's jump to the demo. On this case, I want to show you how can you prioritize a ticket that has an intent and that has a sentiment, a negative sentiment. So let's move to that. So on this case, I want to talk about refunds. So we have a customer and we see that the customer is very angry. So the customer is talking about a refund. He seems that he's unhappy with the service and that he already tried to talk with us and didn't receive any response. We want to make sure that we address quickly this kind of requests. So based on the intent, we can see that the intent is a refund request, and we can see that the sentiment is very negative. So what we will do is, since we have a group of agents that is specialized on acting on this type of tickets, we will assign the ticket for them and prioritize this ticket as urgent. So let's get back to our triggers. Here on the triggers, we can create a new trigger, okay? And I will give the name increase request SLA. And I will just choose a category. And I will provide the conditions that I just said. So as a good practice, we should always select the status first. And the status that we want to choose is the new, so no one touched on this ticket and there is no follow-up. We will select the intent. And the intent in this case is the refund request. For sake of time, I will not do the condition regarding the confidence level, but as Megan said, you should always do that as a good practice. And the sentiment that we will do on the condition is that every time that is very negative, we want to make sure that this is the priority really increases. The actions that we will do here are, so we will assign these to the right group of agents. In this case, it's the refund experts that we have here. We will change the status of these tickets to pending, because it's pending for the ticket to start working on it. And finally, we will change the priority. So this way, the ticket becomes urgent and we can now start creating the trigger. This way, we are automatically triaging this ticket based on the information that we enriched on the information that was enriched on the ticket. We didn't spend time triaging it, and in that way it can be addressed by the right group of agents and the experts that understand this business and will know how to deal with this customer and solve his problem. Now that we are done with our use cases, I want to talk to you about the future. What's coming next? So let's start about how you can optimize your operations with real-time insights and smart suggestions. One of the things that we notice is that sometimes it's hard to understand what are these insights and what are these actions that we can do even with intelligence triage or with other parts of the product. So we want to bring that in an easy way for you. So we are tailoring, recommending these suggestions that are relevant for your business and that you can add to your product so it will improve your efficiency. Let me give you an example. So for instance, one actionable insight that we could provide to you is having For instance, 10% of your manual triage tickets are from X, Y, and W categories. So you could use these intents to achieve X% of automated resolution. By visualizing this, you could apply this trigger and create this, and it will help you on the manual triage part. Then, one thing that we have been hearing a lot in terms of feedback is regarding having this kind of predictions, especially the intent and the sentiment, across the ticket lifecycle. This means that for now, we only provide you the intent and the sentiment for the first end user message. However, in the near future, we want to provide you the intent and the sentiment through all the conversations. So you always understand how the sentiment evolves through the conversation, or if the intent changed through the conversation. Finally, one thing that you have been requesting so much is regarding managing the intents. And how can you act more on the intents that you have? So one of the things that is coming soon is enable you to deactivate intents that are no longer relevant for your business. And later, based on the newly incoming tickets, we want to proactively suggest you pre-trained intents that are new for your account. On top of this, we have been hearing the feedback, and regarding the entities detection, we want to expand the number of entity types that we support. So we want to support things like misspelling, regex, where we can detect several different kinds of patterns, and even leveraging custom fields. Finally, one of the things that is very, very requested is the custom intents. This year, we launched the request new intent, where it's a process where you request an intent for our team, we handle that request, and after a period of time, we add that intent to our taxonomy. But we hear your feedback, and we noticed that the time that it led to add the intent to your account was too big, and you needed to be faster to make sure that you were able to have the intents for your business and to create these workflows. So we are shortening the period that it will take to create a custom intent, and you will be able to have it in just a few minutes. So very, very soon, you will be able to have custom intents. Let's now move for the Q&A.
All righty. Thank you, Magda and Megan, both of you, for those amazing demos. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with our Q&A portion of our event. And we can go ahead and start with asked by Harper, when will intelligent triage be customizable to train your own intents?
I'm really happy to answer to this. I just talked about this. So in Q1, you will already be able to have your own custom intents.
Great, thank you. Next question is for you again, Magda. Will there be an option to disable or deactivate specific intents that may not align with our business model?
Yes, definitely. So we really want to give the admin more power to manage the intents, and this is one of the things. So like through time, there are intents that no longer make sense for the business. So having the ability to deactivate them makes all the sense, and this is something that is coming very soon.
Next question for you, Magda. Will AI triage be able to assess email tickets and assign the correct product to the ticket?
So basically, as we try to explain, intelligence triage enrich the ticket with the intent, the sentiment, and the language. And when you have entities configured, it extracts the information that you configured for your entities. So based on this information, you are able to do anything that you want. So if you want to, based on this information, assign to the correct team or to any team, you can do that. And in this case, with entities, you will be able to extract the product if the ticket tells you that information.
All righty, thank you. Another question for you from Morgan. Can intelligent triage help agents pick out urgent priority tickets? Can we train it to know what urgent means to us?
I think that we just show an example where we did that. So basically, yes, Intelligence Triage allows you to do this. You don't need to do any training, because based on the information that you have on the ticket, you are able to create a rule, a trigger, that allow you to prioritize the ticket. So you will change that ticket field, the priority, and do that according to your business rules. So depending on the information that you have, you will act and change those fields as your business, with the business requirements that you have.
All right, Magda, a question for you from Matt. Is it best practice to let the user know the response is automated if you create triggers based off of an intent?
Yes, I really believe that is a good practice. Every time that we automatically reply to a customer, even it's being using AI or not, we should always identify those kind of responses to the customer. It's not mandatory, but I think that is always a good practice to identify that kind of content. So we are managing the expectations of the customer, and he knows that this is an automatic reply, and you will act according to that.
Great. All righty. Well, that is it for our Q&A. I will go ahead and pass it along to Devin? Question mark?
Yeah, that's fine. No,
There we
we actually do have a couple questions that I saw pop into the chat. And Magda, I believe you actually wrote the article on this response, or at least that we were going to be having these go live. So I wanted to throw this one at you. Alexandra wants to know, can all intents be customized or just some? And what is like the parity of like how they can be customized currently?
So we always offer the Zendesk intent, and that's like how it starts. So you will not start from a blank canvas. Okay, you will always start with the Zendesk intents, and then on top of it, you will be able to create as many intents as you want. Okay. In the very beginning, you might have some limitations in terms of the number of intents that you will be able to create, but through time, we will remove any limitation that we might have in the very beginning.
Awesome. Awesome. And I'll go ahead and make sure we link that article in our post-event content as well. So if you're looking for more information on that, we can go ahead and share that with you. I think that might be the last question we have.